guys, welcome to the vlog. My name is Marina if you're new here, and today we're just gonna do a little work with me, work from home. I work from home today, so I have a little more time to film and to chat, so that's cool. And it's been a minute. As you can tell, it is Friday because my room is in a state because it's just the end of the week, you know? I feel like it looks its worst at Friday, and then the Monday it looks the best. So excuse the dresser situation. But yeah, I had my coffee, I prayed, and now I'm gonna go to the gym and then start work. So let's do this thing. Okay, I'm waiting for my car to heat up. She's old, so it takes a few minutes. So I have a minute or two to chat. But yeah, I feel like it's been forever since I've vlogged. It feels so weird. It's just, it takes a lot of time to have like a whole day to just, you know, remember and take like minutes between what you're doing to film and chat. So yeah, I feel like my life's finally slowed down just a tad, so I have a minute, which is nice. But yeah, a lot's been going on. I feel like I haven't been able to catch you guys up fully. Life is busy, but not busy, if that makes sense. There's like things around me happening, but maybe like my life isn't the most interesting at the moment. But my sister Allie just moved out this past weekend, so now it's just me and my dad in the house, which is crazy to me. It's really quiet. There's like a bunch of empty rooms. It's really sad, honestly. Yeah, because me and my dad are kind of similar, but we're not like the most chatty people, so when we're together, there's just a lot of silence. But when my sisters are around, they're so chatty, so it feels different. But when it's just me and him, it's just kind of chill and really quiet. We kind of feed off of each other's introverted energies, so that's interesting. But good, it's not bad. It's just different and adjusting. Yeah, and then we're splitting the cooking just between two people, and my dad hasn't really ever had to cook, at least for the last like 30 years. So yeah, teaching him or reintroducing him to cooking and yeah, figuring that thing out is interesting. Yeah, and what else is new? Yeah, those are like the big things. My sister moving out, and then yeah, I've just been letting a lot of people go at my work, which is just, you know, not great, not gonna lie. Not good for the morale or the feeling of security in my current situation. So that's a bit scary. Trying to remain positive, and I am grateful I'm home. So that is a gift. But yeah, a lot's been going on, and just like, I feel like when work is unstable, you know, it takes a lot of mental energy and capacity. Yeah, and I feel like it just kind of takes it out of you. And yeah, so that's been happening. I feel like it's a tough time for a lot of people. I just keep hearing of people getting let go. And I'm not really sure. I don't like follow the news super closely, and I know the economy is a tricky thing because, like, yeah, even the stock market doesn't quite reflect what is happening with like the economy nowadays. So I feel like it's hard to know if we're going into a recession or not, or if it's just like a few month difficult period of time. But I'm like a little like, what do we do? What do we do? Are we gonna end up unemployed, or are things gonna turn around? Yeah, I don't know, but it's tough out there. If I get let go, the thought of having to find another job is just, you know, it's just not fun. So yeah, thinking about that, and yeah, just like what's next for me. I feel like everyone's moving into like a new chapter, and I feel like work is tumultuous, that's the word. So yeah, just figuring it all out is like interesting, and a lot of it is out of my control. I mean, to a degree I can control some things, but like, yeah, it's kind of just like if the economy sucks and, you know, business goes under, what is there to do except accept what's happening Anyway, I should get to the gym. I'm just putting it off. I honestly hate the gym so much. So talking to you is a great distraction. But it needs to happen because I have to start work at 9 and I want to get a decent workout in. So we'll continue this convo very soon. Look at it. Cat's room is all cleared out. She just left a few things. Her deflated donut. Hey guys, so I'm in the middle of my work day, as you can hear with the Teams messages, but I thought I'd do a quick little touch base and chat as a break because it's been a crazy day at work. We are launching new products today, and that's equals a lot of work for me on the marketing team, so a little break is much needed. But yeah, to continue the conversation about like everything that's going on, I feel like I found myself in a strange place of like, yeah, figuring out what's next for me and just like kind of assessing where my life is going. And I know, yeah, life can be really unpredictable. And I'm going to put this on because I tend to move my hand while I'm talking and it's really distracting, at least for me when I'm looking back. So we're going to try this. But it's hard to know where life's going to take me at this point, how my work is going to turn out, the economy. I was talking about moving out of my dad's house, but if the economy is going to crash and I'm going to find myself without a job, then it actually would be a good place to be is my dad's house, as much as I want to move on to the next chapter of my life. But with that, I feel like there comes a lot of like insecurity of like living at home. I think I'm 30, right? And this is not where I saw my life at 30 years old. Younger me would have imagined something completely different, I think. And looking around at my peers, I've had maybe some more difficult things happen in my 20s than some other people that I know. So to compare myself and my life to them is not really fair to me in my situation. And I try to like, yeah, stay in my own lane, right? And not compare because life is just doesn't deal out the same things to everybody. So it's hard. You can't compare, And I think I'm trying to strike that balance. Like, I don't want to compare, but I also don't want to be too soft on myself and too gentle. I'm a creature of comfort and I like consistency. I like feeling safe and taken care of. And living at my house provides all those things, and it's very comfortable. And I'm so grateful for the time I've had here to, you know, collect myself after a major loss and trauma in my life that was so unexpected. I will be eternally grateful, and I love my family, so I'm grateful I have a supportive and loving place to be. But yeah, it's hard to know when it's time to turn to the next page in the next chapter. Yeah, especially in uncertain times like as these where the world seems, I don't know, everything just seems kind of up in the air. And yeah, of course, to take a risk in life. And I feel like holding that, but also being realistic and practical is an interesting amount of things to juggle in creating plans or moving forward with objectives. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, I think, with trying to navigate this funny place I find myself in. I know it is a transitional time. I can feel the change coming. It's interesting how you can like kind of feel it. Like I've always like kind of anticipated change before it happens and not knowing even what that change is going to be. Sometimes I just could kind of feel it. I just had this like gut feeling, right? Even before anything starts like falling apart or changing. I kind of always have a gut sense about when things around the corner are going to change a lot. And yeah, I mean, things are more coming to a head now at this point. So I know the change is inevitable. And I know I have the ability to choose and make changes myself, but also sometimes things change on you without your control or your decision making involved. And yeah, I'm just trying to mentally navigate this and also like spiritually leaning into prayer. but it is a weird place to find myself. And everyone, I'm sure, and I know, experiences these types of crossroads in life. It's part of the journey. Um, yeah, but it's an interesting place to be. So it's exciting, but it's also nerve-wracking because it could go bad. Not that I would be like, in a terrible spot, but it would just, set me back. And I'd have to start over. But I guess I would have to start over anyway, no matter what direction I take. So it's either my own doing or the choices of other people. But so, yeah, nerve-wracking, but also exciting. And I think in this time of transition, I'm really trying to believe in myself. I feel like I've always kind of doubted myself and my abilities. And comparison plays a big part in that. Looking at peers, like seeing people online who are maybe killing it more than I am in some degree or another in their life. And I think there is always going to be someone who's better than you, which is humbling, but also completely true. There's millions of people on this earth, so it makes sense. But I think remembering our own value and respecting our own, yeah, gifts and abilities and goals and dreams and not settling. I feel like I do take the safe route. I am more of a cautious person as a rule, which isn't objectively bad, but I think it sometimes plays to my detriment, and I'm trying to be more positive and, I don't know, have more belief in myself and what I am able to accomplish. So, yeah, that's kind of like a mindset I'm trying to shift and trying to obviously not be overly confident and then set myself up to fall on my face and like get into situations where I'm in over my head. But I also know I'm up for a challenge, and whether that's moving to a new place and starting completely over, new friends, new everything, or it could really be anything. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, like mentally, and where a lot of my mental energy has been outside of trying to juggle everything that's happening at work, is trying to figure out where I'm at in my life. And yeah, also taking into consideration my dad, and I don't want him to live alone, but I know like he's capable of it. I just am, I just that makes me sad. It makes me sad for him to live alone, and I know he'll figure it out. Maybe he'll get roommates and stuff like that. But his house is just getting more empty. And I'm like, oh, I don't want him to like not have a buddy. Um, yeah, but that's not my responsibility, I don't think. So that's like a hard thing to juggle. And moving away, I won't be as available to him. Yeah, so a lot of things are going on in my mind and my heart, but I think it is the comparison thing I'm trying to steer clear of. I do think it is easy to fall into. Um, and yeah, I just feel like, those expectations we set for ourselves, you just gotta get rid of them. Try not to have any for my next season, for my present self. Um, yeah, it's tricky to navigate, and the world is ever changing faster and faster than ever before in the history of the world. So it's hard to keep up with, yeah, everything, while staying true to myself and making sure I'm grounded in that way and grounded with God. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. There's a lot cooking, and I just feel like something is going to happen, and I hope it's for the best. I'm sure it's for the best, but yeah, change is just scary. And it's scary because you don't know what it's going to look like a lot of times and how it's going to play out. And I just hope all the progress I've made over the last couple of years, I just hope I don't undo all of that. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, trying to figure out what's next. And yeah, it's hard, like, to see people move on with their life, and I'm just kind of just still here in this limbo place. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. Yeah, and I know, yeah, God has a plan and He'll open the doors to what's supposed to happen. But yeah, that's something that I've been like trying to figure out. Yeah, what's best for me.
yeah, what's next? And reimagining my life again, how exhausting to think about, but I guess that's the human experience, is starting over um, every so often. Maybe not in every part of your life, but at least in some capacity, in some degree. Yeah, but that is the human experience. But yeah, so that's what's going on with me. It's been, nothing super exciting has actually happened, but it's just a lot of like mental energy in trying to figure out and anticipate and, yeah, um, try to take steps and set things up to take steps for whatever's next. But yeah, it'll be good in the end, but it's just nerve-wracking to not know how things will play out and what it'll look like. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But in the present moments, what's happening? I I'm gonna be doing a quick trip to New York with a friend. I know I talked about my trip with my friends for my 30th birthday, and they all seem to not be able to do it. But then my one friend had some free time to spontaneously do it. We love a spontaneous friend who's down. So, Rosie, you're the best if you're listening. But yeah, so that'll be super fun to go to New York. I feel like I'm always in New York these days, which I'm not mad about, but it's just funny. And then I'm going to New York to hang out with my sister in her new place, and she just moved into her new slash first apartment, which is really exciting for her. And I can't wait to hear about her new job. Um, but yeah, that's kind of been the newest update. Also, guys, I tried the Spark, what is it called? Sacred Spark app that Emily Wilson created. I don't know if you guys heard about this. I was on there for 10 seconds, so I don't think I can give a totally fair review, but I don't know. I think I was expecting something completely different, like a completely different format for dating apps, but that wasn't the case. So, because I, as you know, kind of sworn off dating apps for the foreseeable future. And I was like, all right, well, we'll give this one a try because it's advertised as being completely different. And I hate to say it, it wasn't really that different. I don't know if you guys have tried it out. And I know it takes a while to get enough people on there to really like have the authentic experience that the designers of the app, um, you know, created it to be. But yeah, it was like a mix of like coffee meets bagel and Hinge, but it wasn't anything revolutionary in my opinion. The annoying thing that was a turnoff, Emily Wilson, if you're listening, this may be a helpful tidbit. I know I see what you were doing with like not being able to see someone's face when you're first presented their profile, but then like when you match and you see their face and you're like not cute, that's like setting people up to ghost, which is something I think people want to avoid. Being ghosted is not a good feeling. So the first like few people I matched with who like ended up not being cute, I just deleted the app because I felt so bad because I didn't want to message them after seeing their face, which is shallow, I know, but also what plays into that is that the profiles, you can't really list that, like you can't say that much about yourself. Like yes, you can select little icons that signal the types of interests you have and lifestyle, but there's only like a limited amount of characters, like way less than Hinge or any other dating app, to introduce yourself or say things about yourself in your own words. And I feel like that was very limiting. Like I got 2 sentences about a guy and like a couple interests. He's open to long distance. He values chastity and he's lives an active lifestyle. Like what am I supposed to get from that? And then when we match, he's not good looking, in my opinion. He's not attractive to me. And I just want to ghost because I really don't have enough information. So that was my experience. And so I felt bad because I was like, oh, these people are on here for a different experience. And yet I still getting kind of set up to ghost people because if I'm not attracted to someone, I don't really want to waste time talking to them when I know it's probably not going to be a match. So anyway, that was my experience. Also, I did match with like one or two cute people, and there's a timer on it, and I'm not someone who's like the most quick with responses, as you probably have seen in my comments, if you commented, sometimes it's a week or more later. I'm trying to get better at this in my personal life. This is something I'm working on because I know people deserve a prompt response, and that goes across the board, personal life, professional life, um, online. But yeah, if you're not like quick to respond, the match goes away, which is, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be living on a dating app, so if I'm not checking in every day, like, I'm gonna be missing matches. I don't know about that. That's just my personal take, but I know I'm not someone to gravitate towards dating apps. I've kind of chosen not to go that route, so maybe this app isn't for me, and maybe it works better for you guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, or if you haven't heard of it, I'll link it below. I did see a feature to like invite community to help with matching, which is an interesting thing. Low key, I know everyone is always eating up drama and tea about people's dating lives, so I could see people jumping in and wanting to be involved, but I don't know if that would actually work out or not. But interesting nonetheless. Yeah, but I feel like people are jumping more offline for dating and connecting these days. That's been my impression, at least on social media. And it seems like there's more like events and just like groups that are more socializing focused. But let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. Like, what are you seeing as far as the dating culture? What direction it's taking? I'm hoping it's more offline because that's my preference. I feel like you really can't get a grasp of someone's vibe and personality online. Some people just aren't good at presenting themselves online, and that's shouldn't be a reason to be written off, I think. So, anyway, that is something that's new. Yeah, but life is good. I have to hopefully get some chores done within this work day. Throwing a laundry and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Obviously, still be working, but yeah, not an exciting weekend either. I think I'm just gonna like catch up on life because I'll be gone next weekend and maybe get ahead on work a little bit. But yeah, it's just a little touch base with you guys. But again, let me know what kinds of content you want to see from me because my life, all aspects of my life are on the table. So let me know what interests you because yeah, I don't want to just share about what's fun for me if it's not fun for you because then it's like a waste of energy, you know? Maybe we can find a happy medium. But I'm happy to do a little touch base with you guys on what's going on, what's happening. But let me know in the comments what's new with you. If you've got any exciting things coming up, what you found to be working as far as dating and connecting with new people. I'm not necessarily in that mindset right now with everything cooking, as previously discussed, but I'm sure it'll be helpful to others, and maybe I'll consider it in the near future. But until then, talk to you guys later. Thanks. And don't forget to like and subscribe.